And we're back, Facebook world. How is everyone today? Hope you're all well. That's going to really annoy me, so I'm going to sort that out. It's quite windy over here today. It's very, very warm, but it's quite windy as well. So if you get some noise in the background, my apologies. If you see my barnet moving around, apologies. Not much I can really do about it though. But yeah, wanted to shoot a video today to talk about protecting your energy, which is really important. As always, if you're watching later on YouTube, hit subscribe so you don't miss any videos, because content goes out on there a lot. Facebook and Instagram, like, share, comment, share with people you think may need it. But this is a message I wanted to put out because we're getting lots of messages on all different sites, Instagram, here, even my email responding, saying that people are finding it hard sometimes to share what they believe because they become under attack from people that don't believe in these things, And one of the things I want to start off with saying before we go on, how you go, Mariana? One of the things I want to start off with before we go on attacking these people is you have to remember that everyone's coming from their own level of consciousness. Okay, it's very, very important to do that. And a lot of people haven't been awakened to the situation. I actually put out a post yesterday saying, what people who still back Big Pharma and what they don't realise is that the people of us that know what they're like and have looked into these companies have been prey to them. 5 years for myself, destroyed by their medication, surgery, injections. I mean, whatever they get, they almost destroyed me. So that's why I know. If it wasn't for my eyes being open to that, then I wouldn't know about this. So everyone's coming from their own level of consciousness. So when trolls or people are out there and they're having a go at you, or they're saying that you're crazy, this, that, the other, have to remember that they're probably out there coming from a place of they're thinking they're doing the right thing. I mean, even though they're not, and obviously in the age of information, ignorance is almost a choice. But if you're only ever exposed to the TV and the mainstream media, then it's no wonder that people think these things. It's that, as we always talk about, people today are not taught how to think; they're taught what to think. And if you think outside of what the mainstream says, or the mainstream says, then you get shot down. I think it was Voltaire who said, "To know who you're ruled by, you'll find that out by you won't be able to criticise them." I completely butchered that, but basically, the people you can't criticise are your rulers. That was like Voltaire said that. Voltaire said that. So if you see anyone that you criticise, we put posts out about these things on Facebook and YouTube, and they get taken down. As I always said many times before, they're only sensitive information that you need to know. And it's important to understand that people come from different levels of consciousness, and you've been exposed to truth, or look deep and you've seen what these companies are about. And it's amazing what they can do to try and twist the truth. And when you've got that amount of money, billions of pounds, you can control the narrative in any which way you want. And it's only when you've been subject to this yourself. I mean, I always talk about this a lot of the time. There's a great story about that. Actually, you can talk about it another time. It's like a little parable. A little antidote actually. But until you actually go through some of these things yourself, you never really know. And that's the best way for most people to learn, is to actually go through it. You can tell people all day long, but until they go through a health issue of their own, where they're chronically inflamed, bloated, toxic, they get gut pain, skin issues, maybe they have menstrual cycle issues, whatever it could be. The list is endless. Cancer, Alzheimer's. Until they get to that sort of problem, they probably will never look at any alternative method or any alternative route, because they don't have to. Anyway, a couple of things you can do. I just want to get into this. I just want to put that out there just so you understand that, to try not to... It was something I had to deal with quite a few years ago when I first come into this, started putting this information out. And when you come from a place of love and just wanting to help humanity and help people get better because you've seen there was another way and people don't have to suffer, it can be hard when people are attacking you because deep down you're a good person doing this. So I get it. But it's one of those things you have to just be almost just deflect it and realise that there's no point of giving them your attention. So for people like trolls who end up in your inbox, for example, don't even entertain them. Literally, just like, if they start abusing you, bang, block, they're gone. That's one way to protect your energy. There's a great book out there called The Subtle Art of Giving a Fuck, and it talks about how you've only got a certain amount of fucks to give throughout the day, excuse my French. And if you waste your energy on those people, you're not going to be able to give your energy to the people that really need it, which is really important, okay? But when you're constantly being exposed to this negative energy and fear, etc., which does lower the immune system, chronically lowers the immune system with fear, jacks up your cortisol, can wipe out your immune system, means you're more open to infections, pathogens, etc. When you're constantly exposed to this, you have to take special care and attention of your body. So you're not exposed to these things, and so you actually strengthen your immune system. Really important. And there's things that you can do around that, okay? So we always talk about it, eating real food, getting intelligent exercise. Don't push yourself too hard. Sometimes go for a nice walk, sometimes lift weights, whatever it may be. If you can swim in the sea, whatever, that's another thing. Get amongst nature, in the forest, or whatever it could be. Ground, very, very good to get your foot on the grass, or if you're by the beach, in the water, in the sand, very good to settle in the body. For me, I love going amongst nature. I had a run this morning in nature. It just completely cleared my head. You can actually feel the energy coming off of the plants and trees, etc. When you get quite in tune to that, it's very, very different from the energy you get in lots of other places. And then there's a few things, and then you can have things like, if you really get stressful at the end of the day, have a nice bath with some lavender essential oils. There's some other great essential oils out there that really calm the system. Speak to people you love. These are all good things, to be around people that bring joy to you and smile to your face. Watch comedy, switch off from these things. Really important. So protecting your energy, because otherwise, because there's so many things going on. Even with myself, I know what it's like at the moment. I've got a list of about 50 to 100 things that I can post. There's so many things that I can post because there's so much going on today. And there's so much information to get out, but you have to protect your energy, because otherwise the people that need it the most won't get it. Okay, so there's that to do. Grounding. Okay, if someone that you're is not a troll, someone that you love, or a member of your family, you're finding it almost at loggerheads with them, and you actually seem to be called, every time you speak to them, it's a stressful situation because what you believe in regarding, say, the COVID pandemic, or whatever you want to call it, and their beliefs behind it are completely different. Try not to engage them all the time. It's very, very hard. Try not to engage them all the time. Very, very hard. But if something does really stress you out and you find yourself not being able to deal with it, or you find yourself thinking about it repeatedly over that something that happened, get down with a pen and paper, write it out. Okay, write a letter to them. Okay, but don't send it to them afterwards. To screw it up, throw it in the bin, or you can burn it, whatever it is. But it's that release of energy. Getting the thoughts out of your head is really, really important, because those thoughts will continue to go around your head. There's a great book out there called The Brain Rules by David Diener, which talks about you've only got so much space, and if you don't put those thoughts out and get them off and out of your mind, then they'll just keep on circulating, and they'll cause more issues. Okay, other stuff we mentioned before, like having good food, hydrating, etc., exercise. Infrared saunas are great for that as well, just clearing energy from your body. And the other reason it's really important to do this, because actually talking to a client yesterday, and he'd had chronic issues for a long time, chronic inflammation, chronic gut issues for a long time, and he'd been to see other nutritionists, etc. The big thing that changed, we're going to do like an interview with him, because the big thing that changed around him actually being able to heal this time was what he did up here. And he's like, Ryan, I can't believe the shift I've had because of the task that we've done. I was like, 100%, because if your body's constantly in that state of stress, it's not going to be able to digest food. Your body, it's why kinesiology works. And I know Nikki Edwards on here, she's a fantastic kinesiologist. If you ever need her, give her a shout. But that's why it works. Your body can feel energy. And if you're in a constant state of, it's why if you're going to see someone that you don't like being around, you're almost in that state of apprehension before you get there, and your body doesn't want to be there. And certain people can trigger these responses in your body, even without you being there. Thinking about them can do that, and that can happen with this situation as well. So thinking about someone, thinking about a situation, it can really stress you out. So be aware of your thoughts around that, and try to change the patterns. And if you need to, write things down, or just stop exposing yourself to these things that can cause stress. As I said before, change the channel on the TV, change the radio station, whatever it may be. Okay, do all these things. Really, really important, just to change your focus. It says energy flows where attention goes. So if you keep putting your attention into these things, it's going to cause you to give them your energy, and then it will lead to you maybe being depleted of that. So really important. Okay, so protecting your energy is vital. Be aware of what you're doing. And there's things I mentioned before, like lavender essential oils, baths, exercise, sunlight, time in nature, spending time with loved ones. All these things are massive. If you need to, and you have conflict with someone, and your thoughts going round and round in your head, write a letter to them and then throw it away afterwards. But getting those thoughts onto paper, out of your head, is huge. This is good of any situation that stresses you out. It's not just arguments. It could be something to do with work or whatever it may be. Okay. And as I said before, trolls, people like that, you can just block them, get them out, just literally remove them. I've had it so many times. I think I had a conversation with someone, someone wrote something on my page the other day, and it was just negative, and it was just abusive, so I just deleted it. And then someone else came up and said, oh, why did you delete that comment? Why didn't you reply to it, show your followers? And I was like, because I've answered that question a million times. And you think my followers, or people that follow what I do, followers, whatever it is, people that like my content, you think they haven't heard that a million times before, and I'm sitting here being abused. There's no point in me entertaining it, because I'm just wasting my energy on something that doesn't need my attention. And so yeah, all for good debate, but when people start being abusive, etc., you don't need that in your life. Just get rid of it. And then, I said before, good food, hydration, etc., all these things are really, really important. And if you see yourself in a situation that you know is going to be stressful for you, then I'd seriously suggest asking yourself, do you have to be in those situations? How can you mitigate that? Okay, because at the moment we're in a constant state of flooded with information. We're actually also been flooded with toxins from all different areas of life as well. So if you're in a constant state of stress up here, it's going to affect you mentally, emotionally, and it's going to affect your immune system as well. I said before, chronic stress lowers the immune system, raises cortisol, mucks with your adrenals, lowers your immune system. So just be really, really conscious of this, guys, yeah, and know that your energy is really, really important, because if you want to get anything in life, or if you want to be the best version of yourself, or this is one of the things I talk about. If you want to affect the world in a better place, you need to become a better person yourself, and that comes with protecting your energy, so you can actually give your energy to the people that need it most. Okay, I hope that helps, guys and girls. I hope there was some stuff there that you can take away from with that. And do get out there and enjoy the sun, enjoy the weather, and speak and go out there and laugh and meet people that bring joy to your life. And even in this situation where it's just a completely crazy situation where it seems like the government wants to lock things down, even though deaths are right down. And of course we've got more cases, because you can test everyone, and you're going to get more cases of a coronavirus, which could have been from any. They don't even test for CV-19, it's just for coronavirus, or it's actually for antibodies, which is negligible. It's the same as when they used to test for HIV, and it was just antibody test, it wasn't actually tested for HIV. So anyway, don't stress yourself about that. Do all the things that promote health, like I've mentioned before, as well as getting out amongst people, which I'm going to do got a good article coming on that tomorrow. One of the best ways you can actually boost your immune system is by being around people, being around dirt, being in dirt, playing outside, whatever it is. It's very, very important to keeping a robust and diverse immune system. Research has shown this. I'm going to go into this quite deep tomorrow. So yeah, and don't be afraid of other people. How you going, Tom, my man? Bruno Martins Indy. But yeah, otherwise, people, enjoy the rest of the day, enjoy the weekend, do something that you really enjoy and that you love, and I'll speak to you soon. Stay happy, stay healthy. Bye bye.